Hey baby family, what's up and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm gonna be cooking. I'm gonna make a typical American tuna casserole. It's typical American food. A casserole is kind of like the American version of onabe. So it's something that you cook in a deep dish in the oven and you put it in the middle of the table and everybody serves themselves from that serving dish. Casseroles are famous in America for being very, very easy to make because you're just mixing a bunch of stuff and putting it in the oven. Also, you can make them ahead of time and freeze them. So casseroles are perfect for meal prep. By the way, in English, tsukurioki is meal prep. Now I'm making the tuna casserole today as part of my meal prep for the week. So I am making two pretty huge batches. But if you look in the description box, I will include the recipe for a family of 4 or 5 for one serving. Here are the ingredients that I will be using in today's casserole. For vegetables, you can use pretty much anything you like, but today I'm going to be using some garlic and onion, 3 different kinds of mushrooms, and some carrots. I've chopped up everything really finely. I'm also going to add a little bit of canned corn. Now, of course, it's a tuna casserole, so I've got some tuna here. It can be tuna in oil or in water. I think I'm mixing here, but that's okay. Some salt and pepper, and then some milk, some flour, some butter, and then cheese and panko breadcrumbs. Now, I've also cooked a package of elbow macaroni. I'm cooking it in salted water. That's important. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is cook your vegetables in some butter. Just remember, the amount that I'm making today is not normal. This is for meal prep. I love the smell of cooking butter. I love the smell of butter. Makes me wanna eat popcorn. When the butter melts, I'm going to add the garlic and the onion first and cook that a little until the onion turns translucent. Okay, so now that that's melted, I'm going to add some garlic. And some onions. I'm cooking this over a medium heat, and I'm just stirring a little bit. I think the onions look pretty translucent now, so I'm going to add the carrots next. If you're feeding this to a baby who still doesn't have all of his or her teeth and you're worried that the carrots might be a little bit too hard, you can just steam them beforehand and then add them to this saute. That would be fine too. Now I am going to add the mushrooms. I'm gonna let this saute for a few minutes until all the vegetables get really soft over a medium or medium-high heat. Now I'm gonna get all of the other ingredients ready. I'm also gonna get started on the sauce. And that's the most important part of the recipe, the sauce. I need to use this pan to make the sauce, so I'm just going to temporarily transfer the vegetables from this pot to this bowl. Okay, so it's time to make the sauce now. I'm going to start by melting some butter. By the way, I do have to say that a typical tuna casserole in America is made with a creamy, like canned soup, usually like a mushroom soup. So it makes it a lot easier to cook. Mushroom soup is not super available in Japan, so I'm making this sauce from scratch. Now that that's melted, I'm going to add some flour. Now I'm just gonna whisk this. When the butter and the flour look like this, you gradually add your milk. This would be so much easier with cream of mushroom soup. That's all this is we're like recreating cream of mushroom soup. I'm cooking this on low to medium heat. Now that the soup base is done, I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper to taste. It tastes good. It tastes just like a thick soup. If you want to thin it out a bit, just keep adding milk with salt and pepper. It's fine. It's good. Now this is a pretty good consistency because we're going to be adding some stuff to this as well. Okay, so let's add our tuna fish, our vegetables, our corn, and the pasta. Whether the tuna is packed in water or in oil, doesn't matter. You still need to make sure to get rid of all of the oil or water before you add the tuna into the casserole. This is what the consistency is gonna look like. Tastes nice. Tastes like home. Oishi. Oh, that's so good. That is so American. Okay, so now let's actually put the casserole together. This is not an actual casserole dish. There are actual like ceramic dishes that we use in America for casseroles, but this will do the trick just fine. I'm gonna bake this in the oven uncovered for about 25 minutes at 190 degrees Celsius. Everything is already cooked in here, so it's not a matter of waiting for something to cook through. You just wanna make sure the cheese melts really nicely and the panko, softens up a bit. This is your typical American casserole. Let's see how Alex likes it tonight. Now please remember, I made a huge batch today. I made enough probably for 3 full servings for a family of 4. So it's a pretty big batch. I'm going to separate it into different casserole dishes. I'm going to cook one now and then put the others in the fridge or in the freezer. This one's ready to go. Once it cools down a bit, I'm just gonna freeze this. For this one, I ran out of cheese, so I'm gonna freeze it as is without panko or cheese. And then when I decide to eat it, I'm gonna thaw it, and then I'll add some panko and cheese before throwing it in the oven. Okay, let's just cook up the first batch and see how Mr. Alexander Kawakami likes it. Who wants tuna casserole for dinner?
Me.
Are you only gonna have 1 serving? Are you only gonna have 1 helping? Or are you're gonna have 2 helpings? 3 helpings? 4? Wait, you're gonna say more please 4 times? It's sizzling, can you hear it? Oh, it smells so good. Tuna casserole time!
I know this one! Tuna casserole.
This is Olivia's.
I should.
Yeah, really?
I should. Picture.
You want me to do it for you, maybe? Oh, okay. Is that yummy? Yay. Now my turn. It's so American. It's like a real American flavor.
Is this really American?
This is very American.
Maybe I'm American, so I like this.
I think so too, yeah.
Don't want that video with you like laughing or like saying happy face because it's good. And to never have that good thing.
Okay, sir.